Hello and welcome to Healthy Nation. I'm Dr. Paul Knuffelmacher. You already know that it's important to monitor and control blood pressure and cholesterol to help prevent heart disease and stroke. But there's also another risk factor that you need to watch for: high triglyceride levels. Triglycerides are a type of fat or lipid found naturally in the foods we eat, and they also are manufactured in our bodies. Triglycerides are important because they function as small storage units of energy in our bodies. Inside the body, triglycerides are found in fat tissue and in the blood. But how do they get there? When we eat and digest foods with fats in them, our bodies absorb the triglycerides into the bloodstream and then are delivered to the cells where they're used for energy or taken up by the liver to be repackaged. Any triglycerides that are not immediately used as fuel get stored in the fat cells to be used later. This is what happens when we overeat. We're giving our bodies more energy than it can use immediately. That energy, which is measured in calories, gets stored as fat. So why is it bad to have high triglycerides? Well, it's been found that when you have high triglycerides, you also have a higher risk of coronary artery disease and stroke. Also, people with high triglyceride levels also tend to have other conditions such as obesity and metabolic syndrome, which are risk factors for heart disease and stroke as well. The only way to know if you have high triglyceride levels, also called hypertriglyceridemia, is to have a blood test. Your triglyceride levels are usually measured along with your cholesterol levels, which is where this can get confusing. Triglycerides are similar to cholesterol, but they're not the same. The two are different substances and are used in different ways inside the body. Cholesterol is used, for example, to build cell walls and manufacture certain hormones, whereas triglycerides provide your body with energy. Some people are at higher risk of developing high triglycerides because of genetics and certain lifestyle choices. These risk factors include overeating. If you eat more calories than your body burns for energy, those calories will be converted into triglycerides. Alcohol. High alcohol consumption increases your liver's production of triglycerides and reduces the amounts of fat cleared from your blood. Age. Triglyceride levels tend to increase as individuals grow older. Medications. Certain drugs, such as birth control pills and steroids, can cause triglyceride levels to rise. Finally, genetics can and often do play a role in the amount of triglycerides in the blood. If someone in your family has hypertriglyceridemia, you might too. Some pre-existing medical conditions are linked to high triglyceride levels as well. These include diabetes, liver and kidney disease, hypothyroidism, and metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is a group of factors that increase the risk for cardiovascular disease. Besides abnormal triglyceride levels, the factors also include high cholesterol, excess body fat around the waist, also called abdominal obesity, abnormal sugar metabolism, which includes high blood sugar and insulin resistance, and high blood pressure. Based on these factors, if you feel you might be at risk, it's important to get your levels checked as soon as possible.